Welcome back to Jack of All Games Tabletop. I'm Dave Wallace, and it's time for another board game review. First one for 2025, but this one has a whole lot of nostalgia attached to it. I've been a huge fan of J.R.R. Tolkien since 1977. Yeah, that old. When I was 5 years old, my dad took me to see the animated Hobbit movie, and I fell in love with it. I even had the old, you remember the books with the little cassette? Some of them had a record and you read along with it. You turn the page and the chimes tell you to. Yeah, I actually to this day still have that thing memorized. Hobbits are small, quiet folk who live small, quiet lives in snug underground homes. I'm not going to do the whole book, but anyway, yeah, I could. I still remember the whole thing, and a few years after that, I got a little older, maybe 8 or 9, I actually read The Hobbit. To this day, it is my all-time favorite book still. A little later, I got into early teens, read The Lord of the Rings. Loved those, of course. And then much later, we had the Lord of the Rings movies, which, of course, are just amazing. I love them, absolutely. I still watch them at least once a year, extended versions, of course. Yeah, fantastic movies. And then a few years after that, they did the Hobbit trilogy movies. And those also exist. Yeah. Anyway, we're not here to talk about books or movies. We are here to do a board game review, and that's why we're talking about Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle-earth. This is a fantastic game, very fun. Everything about this is really cool. Almost everything about this is really cool. But yeah, we're going to get into it. But yeah, a lot of fun to be had here. This is a game where you can side with Sauron or you can side with the Fellowship. Several ways to win. We're going to discuss it all in this board game review. Now, I know I've got a lot of new subscribers. Doesn't mean I've got a lot of new viewers. But anyway, because of that, I'm going to just break down, plus it's the beginning of the year, I'll break down how I do my reviews. 9 categories. We start off with the theme, which is basically a little dramatic reading of whatever's written on the box. Then we get into what's in the box, your components list. We do aesthetics. We talk about the artwork, the design, the flow of the game, even the quality of the materials involved. After that, we do ease of instructions. Can you read the manual one time and start playing this? Or are you going to have to read it 3 times and then watch a video and figure out how to play it? After that, we'll get into a brief video of the setup. Then we'll cover a short, basic video of the how to play. From there, we go to price and availability, how easy it is for you to get your hands on this game. We talk about expansions, if there are any, and then we wrap up everything with final thoughts. So let's delay no longer. From Repos Productions, this is for 2 players, 30 to 45 minute game, suggested for ages 10 and up. Shadowfax, show us the meaning of haste as we dive into the Duel for Middle-earth.
A dark rumor rises from Mordor. The eye turns to Middle-earth. The hour has come. The Fellowship is reunited. The heroes prepare for battle. Will you play as the Fellowship of the Ring to defend the free races and destroy the One Ring? Or will you play as Sauron and pursue Frodo and Sam while deploying your hordes to the gates of the enemy cities? The destiny of Middle-earth is in your hands. A game plays over 3 successive chapters that unfold similarly. On your turn, strengthen your skills, hoard your treasure, stretch your presence across Middle-earth, rally races to your cause, or advance the quest of the ring.
So there you go. It's a really cool game. Anything Lord of the Rings is going to at least get my attention. But it's always possible that just because they follow an IP doesn't mean it's going to be great. This one I do believe is. But we'll get into that more here. Let's check out what's in the box.
In the box for Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle-earth, you will find One central map board of Middle-earth. Chapter cards. Landmark tiles. Quest of the Ring track. Alliance tokens. Coin tokens. Fellowship units and fortresses. Sauron units and fortresses. Player aid, and rulebook.
All right, so up next is aesthetics. I love all of the art. I mean, you know, even this really beautiful box cover here. In fact, the card art is obviously done by the same artist. It's very similar style here. So you got, look at that, Sheila up there. That's pretty cool. I love this one of the look of Gollum here. Let me see, got that? Yeah. The artwork is very reminiscent of the brothers Hildebrandt. So yeah, really cool fantasy artwork involved in there. The board is nice, quality tokens. The meeples are really cool. We got they're screen printed, so you got little. Let's see if I can get that to show. There you go. Yeah, little orc, little oxes, and then it even got some like little towers and stuff there too. Nice screen printed meeples. Really nice look to them. Probably my favorite thing about it is this Quest for the Ring slider. Let me show you how this works. So this goes under the board, and you have this big clear piece here that goes on top and lines up the ring where you see this little silhouette of these two hobbits. And this track slides down individually as it needs to, but on top of that, since you choose which side you're playing, you're going to have this little Black Rider piece that slides in here, so it can separately slide along the track. That's really cool. I really like how that works and how it looks. Much of this game is rather simple looking, but again, everything about it flows really nicely. You got these alliance tokens that fit neatly into the top of the board. Looks really cool. Even the inlay of the box was really great for fitting every little piece in there. Was really great. Now this is where I have my one real complaint about this game. I really do love this game. However, these cards are super thin, weak, flimsy. These things are as flimsy as an 80-year-old man who ran out of Viagra. Okay, they are not quality card, and these are cards that are constantly getting picked up, flipped over, moving from this spot to that spot, shuffled when you play it again. So of course, you know, I was a little worried about that, so I decided that I had to sleeve my cards, which I did. Now, let me see, there's a little bit of excess room there. I probably could find one that fits a little bit better. I mean, for the most part, it's just these particular sleeves have a little too much edge to them. So I could probably find some that are a bit tighter. But if there's any overhang at all, the cards no longer fit nicely inside of their little compartments in the box. And the problem then is when you're trying to push them in, they're going to start to bend. So my solution was probably not one that I would necessarily recommend. However, it worked for me. I cut this part that holds the cards off, because this part holds all the little sliders and the little tokens and stuff in here really neatly. Even the tiles fit in here. And for me, the reason I did this is because I keep all my cards and my tokens and everything bagged separately. So there is an extra little support of cardboard that comes in the box, and this still fits just fine. So I can actually just toss pieces in there. Like I said, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. I could spend the time to find probably some better sleeves, but if there is a complaint about this game, it is absolutely the cards are just weak, and you need them. If you like this game, and I do like this game, you're gonna want them sleeved, but that's gonna be your problem. So like I said, maybe a better way to fix it. That was my solution. So as far as ease of instructions, actually this one here is really good. This is the rule book here is not much. You got 2, 4, 6, 8 pages in total, and plenty of pictures and graphs of how to set things up. Even on the side of the box, let me get the lower part of the box, gives you the diagrams for how to lay out your cards for each chapter. So ease of instruction on this, really good. You're not going to really have to go searching for further explanations. It lays everything out nice and easy in the book. So definitely good score for that. That being said, if you would like to know how to play, well, you know, I'm going to cover that too. So,
surprise attack, dice chuckers! It's time to do the first board game giveaway. I know it's only been a week since I made the announcement, but I wanted to show you I'm serious, so I'm going to start off right off the bat giving away Coup. It's totally Coup. Trust me, it's a fun game. It's small, simple, but yeah, it's free to one of you. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you're just here to watch a Duel for Middle-earth review and like, wait, what? Free games? Go back 1 week and watch the video that I posted. It's really easy to find. It's called Free Games Giveaway. So go on there and check it out. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and then leave a comment. And then you'll be drawn. There's more games coming. In the next 2 months, I've got 3 more games that I'm going to give away. Then we're going to start it over with 4 new games. So make sure you get on there, go to that last video, subscribe, and leave a comment on that particular video. Okay, so had a little bit of trouble with this one because I told you I was going to draw from the subscription list. Now I do have this little random number generator that I was using. And I was drawn from the subscription list, except number one, there's almost 200 subscribers so far and only 36 comments. And leaving a comment on that video is one of the things that you had to do. Of the 2 things, subscribe, leave a comment. So 36 comments, 200 subscribers. Yeah, I had to do the number generator several times. Then on top of that, turns out a lot of people are private on the subscription list. So I had to Google, hey, can you even leave a comment on a YouTube video without being subscribed? Google says no. So I had to kind of redo it by basically changing my parameters instead of 1 to 193 to 1 to 36 and pick a winner. And I did, and that winner is at Pickle Buckeye. Pickle Buckeye. Pickle Buckeye, you are the winner of Coup. So I am going to, this video is going to post at midnight. I'll be in bed by then. So I'll probably put the comment maybe like an hour before, right when I'm getting ready to go to bed for the night. So I will put the reply telling you that you are the winner. But yeah, so like I said, Pickle Buckeye is the winner of this one. I've got the other games coming out. I got Light in the Dark coming up. I've got Red Rising coming out that I'm going to be giving away soon, and you never know when. So get on that last video. Make sure you're subscribed and leave a comment on that video for upcoming games. All right, I know you want to get back to this video review, so see you next time.
let's do the setup and the how-to.
Setup. Place the map board in the center of the table. Choose who will control the armies of Sauron, the Silver Meeples, and who will defend the Fellowship, the Gold Meeples. Place 2 Fellowship units on Arnor and 2 Sauron units on Mordor. Assemble the Quest of the Ring track. Place the gold coins within reach of both players. The Fellowship takes 3 gold coins, while Sauron takes 2. Shuffle each stack of alliance tokens according to their race and place them face down in the notches at the top of the board. Shuffle the landmark tiles and place 3 face up within reach of both players. Shuffle each deck of chapter cards separately and place them near the board. For each chapter of the game, for which there are 3, follow the setup of the card tableau printed on the side of the box. Sauron's forces will move first. How to play. Duel for Middle-earth plays over 3 rounds, or chapters. On your turn, you may pick up any card that is not obstructed in any way by another card. When a face-down card is unobstructed, it may be turned over. When you take a card, you may choose to play that card in your play area, provided you can pay any costs associated with that card, or you can discard that card in exchange for coins of the amount equal to the number of the chapter. If you can pay the cost, you may choose to pick up a landmark tile instead of a card. Some costs come in the form of coins, while others may come in the form of skills such as strength, courage, and knowledge. If the card does not have a cost, such as many skill or coin cards in the first chapter, you may play one freely on your turn. Red cards allow you to place units on the map. Blue cards allow you to move the quest for the ring track. Green cards grant you alliance with different races. When all the cards from a single chapter have been taken, you may set up the tableau for the next chapter. There are 3 ways to win. Have presence on every location on the map, have 6 different race alliances, or reach your end goal on the quest for the ring track.
All right, pretty cool, right? Now, there is more to the game than just that. I try to keep the how-tos, just the basic ideas. There's extra things like you got the little alliance tokens where if you happen to gain 3 different alliances, you get to choose from one of these tokens, or if you get 2 from one alliance, then you can choose 2 of their alliance tokens, which gives you an extra ability. So there's some other things involved other than just what you saw on the video there, but yeah, that's the basic idea. So as far as cost and availability, cost is about $35. Is that a good value? I think it is, because I really like the game and I really enjoy playing it. And some of the stuff in here I think is really nice. Now, some people might say, after what I said about the cards, that, you know, maybe it could go a little bit cheaper. But I would imagine a game like this, if you give it a year or two, it's probably going to drop down to $25. But yeah, $35, that's not a bad price for a game, especially one that's really fun like this. So good value. As far as availability goes, yeah, not a problem. I was just in my local game store recently, this weekend actually, and saw 2 copies of it in there. I have seen it in Barnes & Nobles, and of course, find it on Amazon. So if you can find it on Amazon, that means we consider availability is really high. So yeah, go get yourself a copy of this. Expansions, there are not expansions for this per se. There are a couple of promo tiles that were put out. If you can get your hands on one of those, that's going to be like, you know, eBay or maybe on Board Game Geek or something like that. Not going to be something super easy to find, but yeah, there's not any real expansions. However, if you go onto Board Game Geek and look through some of the threads, you can find downloadable rules for solo play in this game. I have downloaded them. I have not tried them yet. I printed them out, but I'm a nerd, so I have no problem playing against myself. To be honest, I win every time. But anyway, yeah, so that's about as far as you're going to get for any kind of expansion to this. So for my final thoughts, as you can tell, I mean, I really do enjoy this game. It's actually a lot different than what I expected. I have never played Seven Wonders Duel. Really just wasn't on my radar, so I didn't have any reason to try it out, so I have nothing to compare it to. And I will say that I have seen recently, you know, a lot of people are into bitching online about games that are reskinned, or it's just a cash grab, this and that. Some people just have nothing better to do than whine and complain. Certainly, if you watched recently the announcement that Stonemaier Games made about FinSpan, yeah, the internet just kind of erupted with a bunch of crybabies. As far as cash grab, I mean, that's what a business does. If business is not successful, a business fails. So of course they're going to try different avenues to be successful. As far as this being a reskin, I don't think, from what I've heard, it sounds like there is enough differences. But more than that, like I said, Seven Wonders wasn't on my radar. I wouldn't have bought it and wouldn't have tried it. Now that I've played this one, I might just get it. So I think this is a really good idea. I mean, you know, I see you know, what looks like the Witch King on the cover there, and I'm like, yeah, I want to try this out. So I'm glad that they did that. I also didn't expect, I thought this was going to be just like a deck building game, but it turns out obviously it's not. I appreciate that there are 3 avenues to win. You can either, win on the Quest for the Ring track, or on having presence on every space on the map, or on having all 6 alliances. And I think the great thing about that is the randomness of the cards as they get shuffled and then laid out in this tableau that you draw from. Your strategy is constantly changing. You might say, well, I'm going to try and get all pieces on the board, but then, as maybe the movement to that isn't as easily accessible, whereas you are seeing more ring cards where you might want to just chase after the rings. So it's just always evolving that way, and I think that makes it a lot of fun, really interesting. So yes, I absolutely love this game. Yes, I would absolutely recommend it to anybody, whether you're a big game or not, because this really is pretty easy to game to figure out. It's not hard, not a lot to it, but it is a lot of fun and plenty of replayability. So that's gonna be it for this episode. Let me know what you think. Have you played this? Are you a big Tolkien fan? I know there's a lot of Tolkien games out there, and I've got a few, but yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. Have you tried it? Are you interested in it? Have you played Seven Wonders and thought, well, I don't need to play it because I already have Seven Wonders? Let me know what you're thinking about this, and like to hear from y'all. And I guess I'll see you next time. Until then, get out there and roll some dice. Thank you once again for watching Jack of All Games Tabletop. I really appreciate the support, and if you wouldn't mind, maybe give it a little thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Of course, I love reading your comments, and with any questions, suggestions, or corrections, feel free to leave them in the comments. Or, of course, you can always get a hold of me at jackofallgamespt@gmail.com. And if you're a game designer and you want to talk about your game on the show, I'd love to hear from you, so drop me a message. And now, I will persuade you to hit the like button with a persuasion roll. Well, turns out I have advantage on persuasion rolls. Yeah. I believe I have 1 point of inspiration left. So, yeah. Hey, check out my hot wife. Yeah, she's always distracting me. Aha, and as you can see, I have rolled a natural 20. Therefore, you are persuaded to hit the like button. And now, thanks to my power of persuasion, I know that I will see you next week.